Fire goes up. Ropes pull tight. A man stands still, not because he did something wrong, but because he thought in a different way. He didn't steal. He didn't hurt anyone. He just asked, "What if the truth is not what people say?" Can you imagine dying just for your ideas? That's what happened to Michael Servetus. He asked hard questions. He believed what others were too scared to believe. And because of that, he was punished. Burned. Why would someone be killed just for thinking? What did he believe that made people so angry? And why do we still talk about him today? This is not just an old story. It's a lesson about bravery, danger, and standing up for truth. Now get ready. We're going to dive into the powerful story of Michael Servetus. Let's get started. A boy with questions. Michael Servetus was born in 1511 in a small town in Spain. As a young boy, he was quiet and curious. While other children played games, Michael liked to sit with books. He wanted to know how the world worked and what was true. He read about nature, God, and people's beliefs. He asked questions that many grown-ups did not like. He asked things like, "How do we know this is true?" Or, "What if this is wrong?" These questions made some people feel upset, but Michael was not being rude. He just wanted to understand things with his own mind. He didn't want to follow others without knowing why. From a young age, he felt a strong need to find truth, even if it was hard. Learning about big things. As Michael got older, he went to bigger cities like Zaragoza and Toulouse to study more. He worked very hard and learned difficult languages like Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. These were the languages used in the Bible. Michael wanted to read the Bible by himself. He did not want to depend on others to explain it. While reading, he saw that some church leaders were teaching things that were not written in the Bible. This made him feel sad and worried. He thought that people should know the truth, not just follow rules without thinking. The book that caused anger. When Michael was only 20 years old, he wrote a book called On the Errors of the Trinity. In this book, he said that the idea of the Trinity, God being three in one, was not clearly in the Bible. He said this idea came from mistakes made long ago. His words made many people angry. Some called him a heretic, which means someone with wrong beliefs. Some even wanted him to die. But Michael did not stop. He believed that everyone should be free to read, think, and ask questions. Running from danger. After Michael's book came out, church leaders wanted to catch him. He had to leave his home and run. He changed his name and moved from place to place so no one could find him. Life became very hard. He could not trust anyone. But during this time, he learned to be a doctor. He helped many sick people and saved lives. People in the towns liked him, but they did not know who he really was. Even while working as a doctor, Michael kept reading and writing in secret, writing to a church leader. Michael wanted to talk to smart people about his ideas, so he wrote letters to John Calvin, a famous church leader. At first, they wrote to each other politely, but soon they started to argue. Calvin did not like being told he might be wrong. He became angry and said if Michael ever came to his city, he would not leave alive. That was a scary thing to hear. But Michael did not stop writing. He still believed that sharing truth was better than staying quiet. Taken by the church. One day, Michael was traveling across Europe. He passed through the city of Geneva, where John Calvin lived. Someone there recognized him and told the leaders. Michael was arrested and taken to jail. His jail cell was cold, dark, and lonely. Every day, church leaders came and asked him to say he was wrong. They told him to take back his words. But Michael said no. He said, "I may be wrong, but I must speak what I believe is true." Even while in chains, he stayed calm and brave. He did not cry or give up. His quiet courage touched the hearts of many. Even though he was alone, his truth stayed strong. The fire took his life. On October 27, 1553, something very painful happened. Michael Servetus was taken to an open place in the city of Geneva. Many people stood around to watch. Their faces were serious, and some were afraid. Michael was tied to a wooden post. Around him there were sticks and dry wood, ready to burn. The leaders gave him one last chance to say sorry and take back his words. But he said no. He stayed strong, even when he knew he would die. Then the fire was started. It burned slowly. Michael screamed in pain, but he also prayed with his last breath. He died that day, not because he did anything bad, but just because he believed something different. It was a very sad and unfair day in history. Many hearts broke watching a man die only for his thoughts. His voice stayed alive. Even after Michael died, his words did not disappear. His story was not forgotten. Slowly, people started to talk about what happened to him. They began to ask why a man had to die just for thinking differently. Many people started to agree with his ideas. Some called him a hero. Others said he was very brave because he spoke the truth. Today, many people believe in the same things Michael believed. His books are now kept in libraries and read in many places. His questions helped people think in new ways. Michael became a sign of freedom and truth. The fire that burned him could not burn his ideas. His voice became even louder after his death. Why it still matters. You may wonder why we are still talking about Michael Servetus today. It happened many years ago, but his story is still important now. Even today, some people are scared to say what they believe. Some are told to stay quiet. Michael's life teaches us that it is okay to ask questions. It is okay to want the truth. Everyone should be free to think and speak. He showed that one person can make a big change just by being honest and brave. His story helps us remember to never be afraid of truth. That is why his story still matters. One brave heart. Michael was not rich. He was not a king or a leader of an army. He was a normal man with a brave heart. He stood up for what he believed even when it was very dangerous. He did not run away from the truth. Even when people hated him, he stayed strong. Sometimes we also feel scared or alone. Sometimes we want to speak, but we don't. Michael's story shows that even one small person can be strong. We all have courage inside us. We can be kind, honest, and brave even when it is hard. A light that still shines. Even though Michael Servetus lived a long time ago, his truth still shines like a small light in the dark. His life ended early, but his voice did not stop. He showed the world that asking questions is not something bad. It is something brave. He wanted people to think with their own minds. He wanted them to learn and grow. His words gave others the courage to speak, even if they were scared. He helped open doors for people who felt trapped. Even after he died, his ideas stayed alive in books, stories, and the hearts of kind people. That light did not go away. It still shines today, every time someone stands up for what is right. His story gives hope to anyone who feels small. Michael's light was not stopped by the fire. The fire made it stronger. It still glows in the world, and it reminds us to always follow truth with love and courage. What we can learn from him. Michael Servetus teaches us many good and easy lessons. He was not rich and did not have power, but he had a brave heart. He was not afraid to speak the truth, even when it was dangerous. He believed that learning is very important. He wanted people to read, think, and ask questions so they could understand things better. He showed us that it is okay to be different and to have new ideas. Some people did not like his ideas, but he stayed kind and honest. He did not shout or fight. He stayed calm and spoke with respect. His story tells us to never be scared of the truth. We should always try to learn more, even if others do not agree with us. We must speak kindly and listen to others too. The world needs people like Michael who are not afraid to do what is right. His life shows us how to be strong, smart, and kind at the same time. If this story touched your heart, now is a great time to do something. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be real. Try asking one question today that helps you learn something new. Speak kindly, but speak clearly. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That helps us share more powerful stories like this one. Share this video with a friend who loves learning new things. And always remember, even one small voice, when it speaks the truth, can be stronger than the biggest crowd. Your truth matters, and your courage can light the way.